Ladies, are you getting to the end of the year and starting to reflect on what's gone by and getting a bit kind of down on all the things that you said you were going to, get done in the year that you just didn't get done? Well, don't worry. I am going to share with you 3 questions that you should be asking yourself at this time of year that are going to help you feel excited about next year rather than disappointed with this year. So my name's Julie Creffield and I'm affectionately known as the No Bullshit Life Coach. I'm the founder of the plus size fitness movement Too Fat to Run, and I'm a life coach, entrepreneur and author. And I know what it feels like to never feel like you're quite getting enough done in your year, or to be comparing yourself to what other women seem to be doing. And with social media, it's really difficult to kind of avoid that comparison. So what I find tends to happen at this time of year, and I've absolutely been I've done this too, is that we tend to review our year based on 2 questions. What did I achieve? And what didn't I achieve? Or what went well and what didn't go well? And that is such a kind of binary way of looking at your year. And what it does is it makes us place a judgment on it. It makes us think, oh, it was good or it was bad, or we give kind of a percentage marker of it. And, it can get a little bit frustrating when we view it in that way. So I think there are some better questions to answer, basically, or to ask yourself. Questions that are perhaps a little bit kinder, and also questions that kind of help you to look forward to another year, because many of us with lots of different areas in our life that we want to kind of improve upon kind of come back year after year, don't they? Hands up if you're like, right, this is the year I'm finally going to lose some weight, or this is the year that I'm going to learn French, or this is the year, and we find ourselves 12 months later with the same kind of goals. So here are my 3 questions. The first question is absolutely that. So what is the challenge that I'm still facing now, or that I'm facing now that I was 12 months ago? So now that's the first part of the question. But the second part of the question is, and how am I going to approach it differently? Because there's no point in if it didn't work for you this year, if losing weight or whatever, I say losing weight because that is the big one that a lot of the women that follow my page are interested in. And many of you will know I run a program called Stop Dieting, Start Living, which I'll be running towards the end of January next year. So this video is not about that, but I use dieting as a kind of a great example, because a lot of women will be focusing on that come New Year. So what can you do differently? What resources can you use? How can you try a new approach? How can you bring in an expert? How can you get additional accountability? So being able to identify the challenges that come back year after year after year, it's not that you can't deal with them. It's not that they are, it's not a matter of you going, well, there's no point, that's clearly me, I just can't do it. It's just about finding the right way of approaching it. So that's question 1. Question 2 is, who wins when you win? Now, for some of our goals, they are quite selfish. They are just about us. And for other goals, we know that there is an impact on our loved ones. We know there are kind of impacts on people, kind of outside of our kind of, closer network. So, some of us who have career ambitions or goals, we know that, we may be creating a product or writing a book or running a course or whatever it is we do in our kind of professions. We know that thing helps people, and many women work in caring professions, and we all know that thing of kind of using the air mask on yourself to enable you to help other people. But often we get caught up in thinking that our goals are just to do with us, and sometimes we can find motivation in being really ultra aware that there are other people that benefit when you do well. And when you know that those people benefit, it becomes a lot easier to ask them for help too. So one of the things I'd love you to do is to write down a list of maybe 10 people that benefit when you achieve your goal, and how that makes you feel. Who are you a role model to? What's the wider kind of ripple effect? And then finally, number 3, and this is a real goodie. So this is The question is, who would you be if you achieved everything that you set out to achieve? So the goals, the aspirations, the habits, the behaviours, who would you be if all of a sudden you woke up tomorrow and you was that person? Now that's the first part of the question. The second part of the question is, does that excite you or does it terrify you? Now, a lot of women, and again, I'm going to use weight because I know a lot of women that follow me, you know, have these kind of challenges and issues. A lot of women go, oh, I'd love to be a size 12. You know, I'd love to be slimmer, I'd love to be smaller. And then sometimes what happens is they diet or they do some exercise and then they get close to that and then they're terrified by it because maybe they get more attention or maybe things, you know, there becomes conflict with partners or they get looked at more, they become more visible and it becomes scary. Now, there's nothing wrong with being scared by your goals or the prospect of achieving them, but being aware that that is a deciding factor is really important, because when we are afraid of change and we're kind of a little bit oblivious to it, it's not fully conscious, we self-sabotage and we don't know why we do it. So we'll, you know, have enormous progress in an area of our life and then we find ourselves being lazy or procrastinating or making mistakes, you know, and it's because, you know, deep down, we haven't yet kind of challenged ourselves enough to imagine ourselves in that new role. We haven't let it kind of embed properly. Now, this is all the kind of stuff that I'm really passionate about. You know, I work with women all over the world to help them improve their health and happiness and to help them live kind of bigger, more purpose-filled lives. Now, I am so excited to tell you about this new program that I'm doing in January. It's called Dare to Dream. It's a really short, concise program to get you excited about the following year. It's not about New Year's resolutions, and actually the program will be available all the way through the year for whenever you're ready to do it. But there is a discount if you sign up before January. And it's all about giving you permission to dream, giving you permission to really think about, what is it I really want? Like, not the superficial stuff like I want a new car, I want a new house, and that's fine if those are the things you want. But who do I want to be as a woman and what do I want for the world? Because it's not just about what you want for you, it's also about kind of what you want, you know, in the wider context. So I'm really, really excited. It's called Dare to Dream. It starts on the 1st of January. It's a series of videos and workbooks, and there's a Facebook group and lots of engagement on social media, and we culminate in a vision board day on Sunday the 6th of January, and actually that is a bonus for this pilot round. We probably won't be doing that moving forward. So if you really would love to create a vision board and to have me help you through that process, then this is the challenge for you. Challenge program course. It's a mini course, okay? And it's super, super cheap. It's £23.50, so it's got 50% off at the moment. It would normally cost £47. Now, here's the thing. We often say, you know, at this time of year, it's Christmas, we've got lots going on, we're packing up work, the kids have got their last week at school, and we're all like, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. And yet we have this little mind monkey in our head going, you know, I really should be thinking about stuff for next year. Don't just think about it, commit. Put this in your diary, and you know, even if you can't join us live in January, you'll have those videos in your inbox to do at your leisure, to really kind of unpack some of this stuff, to really look at your values, kind of what it is you want to achieve for next year, and kind of to get yourself excited about the wonderful things that you could attract into your life. So if you have any questions, do reach out to me. You can find me on social media, or you can drop me a line at julie@juliecrefeld.com, and I will pop the link in the video comments below. All right, hope that was helpful, and do let me know, how did you answer those 3 questions? All right, bye.